And we are live here in beautiful Palm Springs, California for Game 2 between the Riverside Bulldogs and the Palm Springs Power. I'm Bradford Evans, and I'm joined with none other than the illustrious Drew Knight. Drew, how's it going tonight?
It's going good. It's a beautiful night for baseball. We got, two teams going at it tonight after going at it last night.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. It'll be a lot
Didn't
of fun.
turn out in the favor of the Riverside Bulldogs. They lost 6-2 yesterday, 2 runs in the 7th inning. The Palm Springs Powers really got ahead early, Drew, and what's it going to take for the Bulldogs to not fall into that hole, because they've fallen behind in all 3 of their games that I've seen so far that I've covered.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to starting pitching. It has not been what the Bulldogs want it to be, but, it's just got to be better tonight. Get some first pitch strikes and get out there. Connor McCollum's taking the mound, so he's just got to
Connor McCollum actually making his debut for the season. He was unable to come to that doubleheader that we were covering on Tuesday, in which the San Diego Force swept the Riverside Bulldogs. The first game was 12-4. The second game was a little bit closer there with 5-2. The Riverside Bulldogs took the lead in the 7th inning but couldn't make things happen in the very end. The San Diego Force just proved to be too much.
Yeah, and I mean, that's going to be what the Bulldogs have to overcome this year. They have a smaller roster than a lot of these teams, and so they're going to have to fight through it.
And, just a thing to touch on, Garrett Trevino, the general manager, busy guy, was unable to get things going for the Palm Springs Power, or for the Riverside Bulldogs, until Friday. We actually did not get a roster going until last Friday, so things have been chaotic for this team. What can they do to kind of weather those expectations and kind of play the ball that they're capable of playing? Because there's some good players on this team.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is they haven't played very much together, obviously. They started last Friday. So they're just going to have to – it's going to come with time. They're going to play more together, get used to each other. And they're all, like you said, solid baseball players. So they have the ability to go out there and play good baseball. And
speaking of rosters, Drew, we're going to go through the roster for both teams. For the Palm Springs Power, we have Billy Johnson, the York College prodigy who played 2 years there, batted .371, leading off. He's a quick guy. He can really get off and steal a couple bases from you. Tyler Pritchard, the University of Southern California guy, like myself. I went to USC as well, so fight on, Tyler Pritchard. And John Malden, who's actually from Louisiana, playing center field. Ryan Mata, who hit a 2-run shot off of the Riverside Bulldogs in the first inning, goes 4th. 5th, Hayden Schilling, the monster from New Mexico State, from the New Mexico Lobos, playing shortstop. Cody Ducote, also from Louisiana, is taking the field as a designated hitter. Jason Nall of left field. Tony Boeto playing catcher. Zach Buster at third base. And for the Riverside Bulldogs, we have Nate Munoz, the shortstop in the first game, had a rough go at things, but he's looking to turn things around. Kyle Kayberry, the U of R product, and me and you like that because we're from Redlands, so go Kyle Kayberry. Hopefully he has a good game. Batting third is number 9, Zach Bowman. Zach Bowman hit a 2-run shot to give the lead to the Riverside Bulldogs in the 7th inning, whereas Pearson Loska bats 4th. Chase Sebi did a good job catching. Batting 5th, Max Mirkovic, batting 6th. 12, Nick Valdez, also playing catcher. Sam Neufeld is also in the lineup. He did a good job in that second game for the Riverside Bulldogs. At shortstop, Aaron Halpert will also be playing, number 17. And batting 10th is the pitcher, Connor McCollum. Pardon me, there's no 10th lineup. My mistake there, Drew.
But he is on the mound.
Yes, he is on the mound, so we'll see what he has to do. And you talked about it. Pitching has been the Achilles heel for this team so far. And maybe Connor McCollum can get things going in a different direction for this team, as they definitely will need some solid pitching if they're to win tonight's game.
Yeah, and I hope so. I mean, if it's his first action of the summer season for McCollum, I will hope for him and for the team he can go out there and throw strikes and get some batters out early and often. And this Palm Springs Power lineup is just stacked with power and average and anything you could want in hitters. They've got guys, as you said, all over the country playing, and they just they're gonna hit the ball. So
it really should be an interesting matchup here. the Riverside Bulldogs coming in 1-3 on the season. The expectations were a little bit high for this team, and they're really hoping that they can meet those expectations and represent the Inland Empire in a good manner.
Meanwhile, Palm Springs is undefeated on the year so far. They've only played one league game. It was against us last night, but they've played some out-of-league action.
Yeah, the San Francisco Seals, they beat them 2 times. That was their closest game.
And the SoCal Catch, they dominated that series, and they play their home games at Biola, where I go. And here's Nate Munoz
stepping up, taking his first swing. It's a strike. A little bit outside there, Drew. And taking the mound for the Palm Springs Power is C.J. Broussard.
Yeah, Broussard is one of the biggest guys, both size-wise and numbers-wise, for Palm Springs.
And he provides this team with a little bit of senior leadership at Cal State LA, finished his last season there. And this will be the twilight of his collegiate career, C.J. Broussard.
He had a 3.43 ERA this last season for Cal State LA. So very respectable.
Another ball there by Nate Munoz. Elects not to go with it, and it's high and to the right. Broussard pitches once again, and that one counts as a strike. Strike 2.
The umpire is set up on the right-hander batter's box, so those outside strikes might be something to look at today.
Munoz swings at that one, and he goes down swinging. Shouldn't have swung at that one. He kind of labored at it and reached outside of the strike zone. Drew, what do you expect from Kyle Kayberry to do here, batting second?
I want Kyle Kayberry to see some pitches. We just saw a good leadoff at bat by Munoz. He did get fooled on a breaking ball there, but I expect more of the same from Kayberry, except hopefully not the same result.
Kayberry does not swing at that one. It's inside, and it's a ball.
He is one of the best athletes on this team. He played football at the U of R as well as baseball.
Yeah, he was a wide receiver, had 1 touchdown and a few hundred yards receiving as well, so he can do it all. And we saw in that last game we covered, he was running him down in center field as well, as that one counts for a strike. 1-1 is the count.
Yeah, he can chase him down with the best of them down in the outfield. They have him in left today instead of center, but
that's a little bit surprising. He did such a good job at San Diego High School as he pops this one over to center field. Should be a routine fly ball as Kayberry rounds first, and he is out. That was John Malden, the Louisiana product, flagging that one down. 2 outs, 0-0. Batter now will be Zach Bowman. Zach Bowman's probably been the best so far for this team. He got 1 hit yesterday. However, he is a force to be reckoned with. He can hit it far, and he can hit it with power.
And, yeah, lefty power comes easier usually, and he is a left-handed bat in there. So, yeah, we'll be looking for him to pull some balls into deep right field.
And that was a ball, the first pitch by C.J. Broussard. And there's a ball, hits C.J. Broussard, bounces over to third base. Third baseman throws high, and it's a wild throw. Maybe there will be extra bases. No. Zach Bowman getting on base after that one beans C.J. Broussard in the right leg, or in the left leg, pardon me. Really painful. We've seen that. That's been a running theme so far for Sccbl that I've seen, yes.
And he is down, actually. Luckily for him, it was his upper leg, which is a pretty padded area. As far as anywhere on your body. It
could have gone a little bit worse, yeah.
But he is down. It was a solid line drive right at his leg, and they actually they could have had an out. It was a bad throw that prevented it. It bounced right to the third baseman.
And if there's anything we can take as far as positives are concerned, we're glad it did not hit him in the face where it could have caused a head injury. We've seen that so many times. They've seen technology in baseball where they've tried to make a hat that protects you. Nothing really has come out to protect pitchers, from a screaming line drive. We're thankful that it's a wooden bat as well. It could have gone hitting you an aluminum bat. That thing's going to go, just 150 at you.
And it could have been like we saw one of our pitchers, Hanvey, got hit in the hand. And
he went out.
That's another bad place for a pitcher to get hit. I mean, you use your hands all the time, and he is coming out of the game.
And C.J. Broussard will leave the game with 2/3 innings pitched. Not the way he'd want to go out there, C.J. Broussard, but he's going to get looked at by the medical staff and hopefully he's okay. We wish him a speedy recovery.
Hopefully it's just precautionary. And it looks like they're warming up Kyle Brown in the bullpen from Cal State Monterey. So
Kyle Brown.
Kyle Brown, number 45. And so we're going to have plenty of time for him to warm up. He'll get all the time he needs.
Yeah, and actually, while he's warming up, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. It's 0-0, 2 outs in the top of the first inning. And we are back with the rest of the top of the first inning. If you didn't join us, starting pitcher C.J. Broussard of the Palm Springs Power had to go out after he got drilled by a line drive from none other than Zach Bowman. Kyle Brown of Cal State Monterey Bay is in the game to finish up the top of the first and pitch a few other innings as well. We have a runner on first, no score. Zach Bowman on first, and up to bat is number 24, Pearson Loska, and he flies one out to right field, but the batter, and he will retire the side, Kyle Brown, in his first pitch.
One pitch, one out, inning over.
Yeah, just the kind of way you want to see things,
Efficiency.
right? If you're the Power. And, yeah, we took a quick break there, but we're going to take another quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Another
And
Cypress
it's the
fellow.
top of the second inning. Bradford Evans here with Drew Knight. Through one inning, it's a 0-0 game. Chase Sccbl, who made the really nice throw to second to get John Malden out, is due up. What do you expect here from Chase Sccbl with no one on leading off the inning?
Well, again, leading off an inning, you want to see pitches, but we've been seeing a lot of aggressive hitters today.
And that's a pitch that's going to go as a strike, breaking ball, delivered low, right on the belt, actually, of Chase Sccbl.
You're never really looking for a first pitch breaking ball, so.
Kyle Brown, again, had to come in for C.J. Broussard. C.J. Broussard drilled by a Zach Bowman line drive, hit him in the leg, and he was out after pitching 2/3 of an inning.
And that was a screaming line drive.
Kyle Brown of Cal State Monterey Bay misses high to the right and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that ball's fouled off by Chase Sccbl. Sccbl having a good season catching so far, as we touched on earlier, showing his defensive capability
And we saw
so far.
We saw it last inning. Once again, he blocked a few balls and gunned out a runner.
Kyle Brown delivers, misses outside. It's going to be a full count here.
And this is what you want from a leadoff guy in an inning, seeing pitches. At this point, you want to get on base, but you did your job. You saw everything this pitcher has to offer.
Sccbl swings at that one. It's going to be a long shot over to the center fielder, Malden. Malden collects it easily. 1 out. Nobody has reached base so far, as obviously that's the leadoff hitter. Right fielder, number 19, Max Mikrovich, is due up here, batting right.
That was a good at-bat for Sccbl. He didn't get on base, but he hit the ball hard after seeing a lot of pitches. It was a full count. Got a good pitch to hit, drove it.
Mikrovich, misses far and wide to the right, Kyle Brown, and if that guy was batting lefty, he'd be hit and he'd be on base.
Yeah, it was a wild miss there.
No score here in the top of the second inning. And that ball's hit over for oh no, it's not going to be a single. It flies into the glove of the Palm Springs Power right fielder, Billy Johnson, for an easy out. So far, easy outs have been a theme here, Drew.
Yeah, I mean, the Bulldogs are getting good pitches to hit. They're just hitting it right to where guys are standing. I mean, even our base hit was right to a guy. It knocked the pitcher out of the game.
And due up now for the Bulldogs is number 12, Nick Valdez. Nick Valdez done a little bit of pitching, done a little bit of catching, done a little bit of everything so far for the Riverside Bulldogs, and hopefully, for his case, he gets on base.
He's DHing here tonight, so.
First pitch is a strike. That ball misses wide into the right for a ball.
That was just outside, which is the corner we've been talking about.
He's been really missing there. And that ball's popped up into the shallow gap of second base, but it's dealt with quickly in another 1-2-3 inning, Drew.
Yeah, sensing a theme here.
So far, it's been a defensive duel between the two teams. There's no score in this game. Quick 1-2-3 innings. 1 hit so far. And we will be back with the bottom of the second after this. And we are back with the bottom of the second here between the Riverside Bulldogs and the Palm Springs Power. Bradford Evans with Drew Knight on the broadcast for you tonight. So far, as we've touched on it before, it's been a pitcher's duel, a little bit of a defensive battle, and we are looking at Hayden Schilling up to bat fifth. Drew, you have a little bit of homework on that guy, don't you?
And we'll get to him in a second. This is actually still Ryan Mota, because remember, he was up when the base got...
Yeah, pardon me, my mistake. Ryan Mota, who hit a home run last game in the first inning. Always a threat, big kid, about 6'5". RCC.
Conference MVP.
Yeah, conference MVP. Really good player here, and Connor McCollum's got to be careful.
Ooh.
And there's a big swing there by number 37, Ryan Mota, the first baseman. Control is theme for Connor McCollum so far. He's been doing a good job.
He has. He's been hitting his spots, and that one, he blew a fastball by one of their best hitters, so you like to see it.
McCollum, oh, that ball's hit far and wide to the right. It might go out. Yes, it's out. Just when we were talking about McCollum pitching well, it's the curse of the commentator, Drew, and that one goes out to right field, just blasted over the fence, goes about 355 feet in a 349 ballpark for a solo shot.
It was a rocket. It was a line drive home run.
And I guess that's what happens sometimes when you go with a fastball. You try to gas a guy with the caliber of Ryan Mota. And Ryan Mota with his second home run in the series.
Yeah, and
really having his way with the Bulldogs.
It looked like McCollum got excited by blowing a fastball by him, tried it again, and Mota was having none of it, went right with the pitch, drove it down the line. The only question is if it would stay fair, and it tucked right inside the foul pole there. And that was a shot, and it's 1-0.
And now things don't get any easier, batting fifth in the lineup and second in this bottom of the second inning in a 1-0 game. Hayden Schilling from New Mexico, the New Mexico Lobo, batting .529 right now. He's, that's close to getting on base every time. Obviously statistically it's half, but I mean that's just insane.
Yeah, and it's early, but he's been hitting the ball, and he goes to University of New Mexico, which is one of the biggest schools we have any of these guys going to.
And New Mexico finishing 30-27, losing to Fresno State in the Mountain West Conference tournament.
And he's a young player, obviously, college guy. And a big tendency for young players is they're free swingers. This guy only has one more strikeout than walks he had last season, which is really impressive.
Schilling elects not to go at that. That's going to be a ball from McCollum.
2-1.
2-1 count. 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. A home run from Ryan Mota gave the Palm Springs Power the lead here. And that ball is grounded to third base, but is bobbled by number 9, Zach Bowman on the hot corner. Hot corner, that's been a theme for the Riverside Bulldogs so far, not being able to deal with things at shortstop and third base. An error will be awarded to Zach Bowman.
Yeah, and with Schilling being a quick left-handed hitter, Bowman's playing a little shallower than he might normally, and that was a hot shot right off his glove. Could have gone either way, but I think that's probably an error for him.
And now due up for the Palm Springs Power, Cody Ducote, the designated hitter from Louisiana. And he hits that one to second base. Good fielding, maybe a double play is on here for the Bulldogs, and they get the double play. Nice play to bail the pitcher out, Connor McCollum, out of a difficult situation.
Yeah, that was some great defense there. First, Sam Neufeld, the second baseman, with the pick. Then the toss to number
Aaron
17,
Halpert.
Aaron Halpert. Halpert
Gave
maybe
it
struggled with
Loska.
the transfer a little bit, but he got it there in time.
Neufeld. I wrote an article about Sam Neufeld's fielding. I touched on it a little bit. He was just fantastic when he got moved over to second base. A really good fielder, the sophomore from Vanguard University. And I know you don't like Vanguard University because you go to Biola.
Yeah, there's a huge rivalry there.
It's the Notre Dame and SC rivalry of the NAIA. Or so they say, right?
Yeah, that's what they've named it.
They've named it. Auburn, Alabama has nothing on the rivalry between Biola and Vanguard University. Ducote.
Ooh, he almost took off the head of the on-deck hitter, Jason Null.
Pardon me, Ducote is his name, not Ducote. And Ducote in a little bit of a battle here with McCollum. 2-1 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the second, 1-0 game. Palm Springs Power lead. That ball's fouled off into the left-hand side of the net.
This is actually Jason Null hitting.
Jason Null, my mistake.
But yeah, he's fouled off 2, hard into the net. On deck batter, Tony Boeto. Better be careful.
Ooh, hit by pitch there. Nope. Looked like he almost got drilled there, but he got out of the way. I really don't know. From the angle we have here, it totally looked, maybe the umpire was blocking it, but it really looked like Null got drilled by Connor McCollum.
Looked like he had nowhere else to go, but somehow
full count here, 2 outs, 1-0 game. McCollum delivers, and he is going to walk Jason Null, the 7th batter in the Palm Springs Power lineup. And coming up now is the catcher, Tony Boeto from Santa Clara University. Cody Boeto. What can he do here with 1 man on base? What would you expect from him? Where would he hit it ideally?
With 2 outs, he's just going up there to hack. He'd want to hit a gap, and when you're trying to hit a gap, usually you want to go opposite field because that's just how you work on your swing.
That ball misses. Bought to the lower left-hand side of the strike zone for a ball just outside. 1-0, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning.
And Boeto's a local guy. He went to Palm Desert High School. So he might be living at home playing these games.
Yeah. And would you expect most of these guys to live here for the summer, or would you expect a lot of them just to commute? There's a lot of California kids around here, obviously the Louisiana kids and stuff, but we have kids going from, Riverside, California and stuff like that.
Right. I expect most of these guys, unless they live within 20 minutes, probably live with a host family.
Yeah, especially with games every day, and there's no away games for the Palm Springs Power. Must be nice because we have like 1 million home games as Riverside Bulldogs. And that ball is fouled up to the right, and no car alarms, so that's a good sign. So that one goes out of the park.
I don't blame them for not scheduling away games. This is a nice facility they have here. It almost feels like a minor league baseball field.
Very similar to San Manuel Stadium that the Inland Empire 66ers play in.
Yeah, it feels like that, and they have little in-between inning fan interaction, things like that.
Nice, decent-sized crowd out here, couple hundred on hand to cheer on their Palm Springs Power.
They've got misters in the stands because it's the middle of the desert.
It's Palm Springs, but it's actually not too bad. It's like 82 degrees right now, which is perfect for Palm Springs. Next week it's going to be a high of 117, so I'm glad we're here right now.
It's a beautiful night.
And it's a 3-2 count with a runner on first base for the Power. Connor McCollum due up, or pitching against Tony Boeto of the College of the Desert, local boy. Full count here, 2 outs. 1-0 Palm Springs Power lead, and that ball is popped up over to right.
That could be
and
trouble.
It could be trouble maybe if the right fielder, he slides down to try to get that one, that being Joe Lavina, and he can't get to it. Missed it by a couple feet, but it looked cool. A for effort there for Joe Lavina in right field.
And, yeah, that looked like it could bloop in for a hit, and then it was for sure a foul ball, and then we thought maybe he had a chance at it.
So it's a 3-2 count still as Boeto fouls that one off over to the right-hand side. Runner on first. 1-0 is the score, bottom of the second. The Palm Springs Power lead thanks to a Ryan Mota home run, his second of the series. And that ball is low. He strikes him out, and Tony Boeto thought he was going to get a base there, but apparently not. The umpire had different ideas. Connor McCollum with his first strikeout of the day, and that ends
the top of the third. We will head into the top of the third inning. Ends the bottom of the second, and we will be back momentarily. And we're back here with the third inning of play, 1-0 game. Palm Springs Power lead thanks to a Ryan Moda home run. A shot over the right field fence went 350 feet in a 349-foot park. Now due up for the Riverside Bulldogs is Sam Neufeld. Sam Neufeld with a fake bunt there. And sometimes you can try to fake bunt like that to just get the infield to creep in a little bit, right, Drew?
Yeah, it's a tactic for sure.
Ball misses out to the right-hand side. Two balls, no strikes, no outs.
It also makes it kind of fools the umpire into thinking it's a ball if you pull back on a bunt. I mean, good umpires will know immediately, but so far he's 2-0.
Neufeld has not gotten a hit so far for all his great defensive play. He's really in a slump here. No hits this season for Neufeld, and things have got to change for him at the plate. I mean, as good as you can be defensively, you got to be able to swing the stick a little bit, right?
I think it will. I think he's had some bad luck.
And Neufeld takes that on a hitter's count, 3-1. Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah, he's had some good swings and obviously some bad ones as well, but I think it's going to turn around pretty soon for him.
And Neufeld, there's his first hit over the left-hand gap, and that could be extra bases here, and it's going to be extra bases with Neufeld rounding to second. He elects not to go to third base, stays at second. Maybe if he was as fast as like Juan Pierre, he might be at third there, but he elects to go to second base. Good, solid hit for Neufeld to break the slump.
That was a rocket. He drilled that 3-1 hitter's count, pulled it right over the third baseman's head down the line. Easy 2 bases. Could have been 3, as you said, with Juan Pierre's speed. I think that's our new rule. We have to bring up Juan Pierre every broadcast
We
now.
do. I'm going to bring Juan Pierre. I love Juan Pierre, so I'm going to bring him up every broadcast. Anybody with speed will be compared to Juan Pierre. Or the guy on the Reds, Billy
Hamilton.
Oh, there's a nice little chopper over to first base, and they tried to turn a first base to third base double play there. Didn't work out, but one of the Palm Springs or Riverside Bulldogs players are out as they grounded over to first base.
Aaron Halpert.
Aaron Halpert, who had 2 hits yesterday, and due up now for the Riverside Bulldogs is Nate Munoz. Nate Munoz did not get on base last. He got on base.
He did not.
He did not get on base. My mistake. His first at bat, but there's a runner in scoring position. Sam Neufeld over at third base, taking a big lead.
And to go back to Halpert's at bat, it was a good at bat. He only saw 1 pitch, but he grounded it to the right side of the infield, which is what you want to do with a man on second in less than 2 outs. Gets the runner over.
But the power almost turned that double play. That would have been a rare double play to see.
It would have been an unorthodox double play. He stepped on first and tried to get the tag at third, but it was almost a really dangerous play. The third baseman.
No balls, 1 strike.
Third baseman had to really get down and block that ball. It was in the dirt to him.
And there's another strike there delivered by Kyle Brown.
And it's 0-2.
Nate Munoz, the Bethesda University product. Munoz swings again.
Fouls it off.
Fouls it off. Bounces off the home plate. Neufeld on third. 1-0 game. Top of the third inning after a Ryan Moda home run over to right field.
And they're giving Munoz the middle of the field here, so he could tie the game with a ground ball to short or second.
And a very odd swing there by Nate Munoz. Almost a check swing, but he gets a piece of it to stay alive in an 0-2 count. And Drew, he's not going to get anything good for a couple pitches here, is he?
No, I mean, he shouldn't. It's been 0-2 the last 2 pitches, though, and he's gotten pitches in the zone close enough to foul him off.
Kyle Brown delivers a grounder. Another foul. Good battle here by Nate Munoz, the leadoff hitter for the Riverside Bulldogs.
And that probably would have been ball 1, but you got to protect with 2 strikes. Now, it's interesting for us because we're behind the home plate, and the umpire is blocking our view of the strike zone, so it's hard for us to tell.
And there's a good pitch to actually Nate Munoz swinging at another rough pitch there. It went far, high, and wide right. Definitely out of the strike zone, almost at his eyeballs, and he swung at another bad pitch for his second strikeout of the game. Due up now is Kyle Kayberry, the U of R product.
And now it'll take a base hit to score this run.
2 outs. Kyle Kayberry, check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, top of the third inning, 1-0 game.
Yeah, and Munoz, he would have liked a better at-bat for himself there, but maybe Kayberry can pick up his teammate here with a base hit.
And Kayberry again fouls it off into the right-hand side of the gate. Nice little Homer Doe sound from the sound effects crew here at Palm Springs Power Stadium.
They were on top of that. That was pretty much
That was
as
quick.
It hit the net.
They've had the glass breaking and the Homer sound effects so far as Kyle Brown misses once again to make it 2-1.
It's another example of how this feels like a minor league game. And
Yeah, I mean, they have all the advertisements up and everything. They're really official here at Palm Springs. And there's a weak strike there by Kyle Kayberry. No real power on that swing, kind of labored swing.
He was fooled by a curveball, it looked like there.
Kyle Kayberry, 2-2 count, 2 outs. Elects not to go at that. He strikes out looking. Kyle Brown gets out of a jam with Sam Neufeld on third base. 1 runner left on base for the Riverside Bulldogs, and we're going to head into the bottom of the third inning after this. And we're back here in a 1-0 game. The Palm Springs Power lead. Bottom of the third inning due up now is Zach Buster against Connor McCollum. And McCollum throws it down and in the dirt for a ball in his first pitch of the third inning. McCollum, other than that pitch to Ryan Moda, has had a good game so far.
Yeah, he really has. We've seen some bad starts.
McCollum misses over the left. Go ahead, Drew.
We've seen some bad starts from Bulldogs pitching, and McCollum to go out there for his first start and keep this close, he's doing a great job. And then they've hit the ball hard, but they've hit it 2 people. We've had some good defense today. No errors so far. So and right now there's a extended pitching meeting. I'm not really sure why. It's only 2-0. I don't know.
Yeah, Chris Joyce, the assistant Bethesda manager, played minor league ball in Bakersfield for the Cincinnati Reds organization, comes out to, wow, is he going to take out Connor McCollum?
I think he must have gotten hurt.
He must have, because he's been pitching so well. There's a little mound visit there between.
I didn't notice him. I didn't notice him calling for a meeting.
Sccbl, yeah.
It looked like Sccbl just ran out there. And
that's a little odd. He's been the best pitcher so far this season,
right,
for the Riverside Bulldogs.
And he's in the middle of a count of an at-bat. I'm sure he must have tweaked something or felt some soreness in his arm, and you never want to risk anything with pitchers. So we got a new pitcher coming in. He looked ready to go, though, so I'm a little confused.
Yeah, he came in from right field. I believe that is Joel Avina on the mound. Avina doing a little bit of catching, a little bit of pitching, a little bit of designated hitting as well. Comes into the game and will try to take over for Connor McCollum, who's had a really solid game here. We will be back momentarily with the conclusion of the third inning after this. And we're live here with a pitching change. Joel Avina on the mound. There must have been injury to Connor McCollum, who was pitching very well. Pitched 2+ innings here. Bottom of the third inning. 1-0 game here. Unfortunately, Drew, they're going to have to rely on Joel Avina, who has been a little bit suspect at times, but he's hoping he can get the job done as he walks the first batter he faces, number 4.
Zach Buster.
Zach Buster,
I
batting
mean,
9.
He was facing an uphill climb. He came in with a 2-0 count. But, yeah, he threw the first 2 pitches for balls, and now we got the top of this power lineup with Billy Johnson.
And Billy Johnson. Billy Johnson due up, or is at the plate. The York College right fielder who finished up his senior career. And Joel Avina's having a chat with the umpire here.
It looked like Johnson fouled one off the catcher, so the umpire walked out to give the catcher, Chase Sccbl, a little bit of time, a little bit of a break.
And there is Zach Buster on first base with Billy Johnson on first, and Joe Lavina just pickoff move over to Pearson Loska. 1-0 game here, bottom of the third inning. Palm Springs Power lead. And there's a base hit over to right field, and there's going to be extra bases for Zach Buster. It'll be a single for Billy Johnson. Good hit there by the Palm Springs Power group.
There's a hard line drive right past the first baseman. Easy first to third for Zach Buster. And we're on first and third, nobody out for the Power. And we got Tyler Pritchard due up.
Tyler Pritchard, the USC boy, grounded into a double play last time out. Or actually, no, he got on his first hit.
Yeah, Tyler Pritchard blooped a single over the third baseman's head last at bat. And if he does that again, they will have doubled their score. Another pickoff move to first base just to check on Johnson over there. He's a speedy guy. And Pritchard didn't have a great year last year with USC, but he was playing at USC, so you know this guy can play.
USC, actually, Pat Hayden came and talked to one of my classes, and he was discussing the difficulties of baseball. Because they're a private institution, they don't get any public funding, therefore they can't give as many scholarships as, say, a UCLA. As Tyler Pritchard hits that one out to center field, Kyle Kayberry will flag it down, and a nice fielding play by Kyle Kayberry, but the runner will score on third. Number 4, Zach Buster, who was walked by Joe Lavina, scores to make it a 2-0 game.
And that's a good piece of hitting by Pritchard. He knows what the runner's sitting there at third base. There's nobody out. He just got to get a fly ball, and he did just that. It's the kind of thing you wanted the Bulldogs to be able to do.
And due up now,
they were unable to.
Due up now is John Malden, the center fielder. Joe Lavina checks again to the speedster Billy Johnson. 1 out, 2-0 game. Palm Springs Power lead here, the bottom of the third inning.
And Malden played in
Oh, that ball's hit by Malden far and over the left center gap, but left fielder deals with it.
And a bad
gets
mistake.
It to Sam Neufeld, bad mistake.
Billy Johnson took off with the.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. Yeah,
with the contact.
He took off with the contact because he has the speed.
And it looked like a bomb, and the wind took it down. The catch was made in left field, and they doubled him off first base. So a mental error.
Pardon me, it was a double play there.
Yeah, a mental error by Johnson.
Johnson, the senior, you'd think he, after playing for so many years, that he would know not to run there, but got a little bit cocky and was flagged down.
Could have cost them some extra runs, but as it stands, it's 2-0.
So it's 2-0, and we are headed in the top of the fourth inning. We will be back with the fourth inning momentarily. And we're back here with the top of the fourth inning, 2-0 game. Palm Springs Power lead the Riverside Bulldogs. Zach Bowman, who got on base last time, is looking to do the same.
Zach Bowman, one of the only 2 hits for the Bulldogs so far. First time through the lineup. Bowman had one of them right off the pitcher's leg. It was Broussard. Took him out of the game. The reason Kyle Brown is in.
There's a wild pitch behind home plate. Kyle Brown not in control of things there. And got lucky nobody else was on base there, Drew.
Yeah, that would have been extra bases for sure. And after Bowman bats here, that'll be one time through the lineup for Kyle Brown. And depending on what happens, he's only given up one hit.
What have you seen from Kyle Brown here that you've liked so far, Drew?
He's attacking hitters. Not a lot of balls, no walks.
And speaking of attacking hitters, he attacks Zach Bowman there. And the ball is flagged down by Ryan Moda. High chopper. Caught for the first out of the fourth inning. 2-0 game here in Palm Springs, California. Fourth inning. And due up now is batting cleanup Pearson Loska, the first baseman.
And I thought we caught a break when Kyle Brown came into the game. Not that he's a bad pitcher, but his numbers aren't the same as Broussard's were, but he's mowed down every hitter so far. He's only given up one hit.
He's looked very good, very commanding presence there
a
on the bump.
Powerful lefty, big presence out there on the mound. He had a 6.75 ERA in 25 innings pitched at Cal State Monterey Bay.
Ooh, that ball's given inside and dropped by Tony Boeto for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
But he has dominated these hitters here tonight. He's done a great job.
And there's a chopper, easy to deal with by the second baseman. Throws it to Moda for the second out. It's really been kind of a 1-2-3 show for Kyle Brown.
Yeah, outside of the double by Zach Buster, there hasn't. I can't even think of any very hard contact. No hits for sure, but also not hard contact and no walks either. He's had a couple full counts, but he's been doing his job out there on the mound.
Batting fifth now, 2 outs remaining. Chase Sccbl, the catcher, due up. And Sccbl does not look at that breaking ball slider to the outside. Counts as a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Ooh, that ball's inside now. He's just painting the corners there.
He's painting both corners, and he's been attacking hitters, getting a lot of first pitch strikes, which is an important thing to do. You put the batter in an immediate hole.
Kyle Brown with that just long stride on the mound. He's a big kid and gets that one inside. He's been missing inside a few times there. He's really trying to just get that inside corner. He got it on the pitch before that, but that one counts as a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the fourth.
One thing I'm seeing that I like from the Bulldogs here is with 2 strikes, they're not getting fooled by the breaking ball very often, which is an easy thing to get fooled on.
And that ball's fouled out into the right-hand side of the field, and it could hit a car. We don't hear any breaking glass here, so that's a good sign. Chase Sccbl at the plate.
It's a good protective swing there.
Sccbl, 1-2 count, two outs. Sccbl, ooh, there's a breaking ball, nasty breaking ball. It was high, but Sccbl elects not to swing at it, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Brown. Kyle Brown really dominating so far here for the Palm Springs Power, showing his quality.
He froze him there.
And it's a 2-0 game here. We will head into the bottom of the fourth inning in a bit. Back here live in Palm Springs, California, Bradford Evans leading the play-by-play commentary with my partner in crime today, Drew Knight. Drew Knight, former Redlands High School baseball player and a student here at Biola University. Bottom of the fourth inning, Joe Lavina faces Ryan Moda, who just jacked one out the right field for the first run of the game and his second home run of the series between the Bulldogs and the Power.
And on that first pitch there, he foul-tipped it, but he was going for another home run. It was a big swing.
And Moda, 0-1 count. Ooh, slider got away from Joe Lavina there, maybe lost control of it. Chase Sccbl, good job. It almost went out of the batter's box, and he caught it without having to stand up. Once again, Spider-Man doing his job. And there's a big swing by Moda. Once again, he's always swinging for power, batting in that cleanup spot.
And he's up there with a lot of confidence right now. He's hit a couple home runs in this series already, and you can just tell by the way he's standing up there. He's ready to crush the ball.
1-2 count here. Don't expect anything nice from Avina. And he misses high and outside at the elbows of Ryan Moda.
And he has an interesting stance that a lot of power hitters, well, not a lot of power hitters, but only power hitters have, where they move their back arm. It's his right arm while he's in the box.
And he really crouches down before he's going to hit contact there. It's like he's almost squatting sometimes.
His face goes right over the plate. It's something.
Slider breaking ball misses wide to the right. Full count here. Drew, what were you saying?
Yeah, his stance is one that hitters with a lot of confidence can pull off. And if you don't have confidence, you won't be able to.
And Avina misses inside for second walk, facing three batters, so not a good sign. He walked a lot of guys in that first game against the San Diego Force that we saw Tuesday. And control can leave Avina sometimes. And he'll need to have all the control in his repertoire here as Hayden Schilling, the New Mexico Lobo, takes the plate, batting .520. He batting .529 so far. His stats went up a little bit because he got a base hit last time out. Ryan Moda on first. That first pitch is fouled out the left-hand side by Hayden Schilling.
And I was really impressed by that at-bat by Moda. He's obviously, we've talked about his power, but the patience and the control on that one, he went down 1-2 and still took a walk.
Oh, there's going to be a bunt here by Schilling, and Sccbl throws out Schilling to Loska. Loska looks to second base, but the play's not on. And none other than Ryan Moda advances to second base. One out here, 2-0. The Palm Springs Power lead. Now batting for the University of New Orleans, Cody Ducote, which totally rhymes. I bet his parents said, hey, let's go with Cody.
Their last name
it rhymes with the last
Ducote.
name. You see that a lot of the times, where you see a lot of like Billy Brown type of things, BB, CC, kind of get the rhythm going. But
some alliteration.
Yeah, alliteration.
And
Cody Ducote, the Ragin' Cajun from University of New Orleans.
I'm interested how this Palm Springs team got two guys from Louisiana.
All about connections, my friend. And when you have the outstanding reputation that the Palm Springs Power do with this beautiful ballpark, it's sunny Southern California, it's easy to attract collegiate players to come play for you.
For sure. And it's just interesting that there's two guys from Louisiana, go to college in Louisiana, out here, and then other than that, there's a guy from Purdue, there's a guy from New Mexico. There's not a ton of all over the country, but we got two
yes, whereas
from
the
Louisiana.
Riverside Bulldogs have an all local, all Southern California team. It's quite different. It's a 2-1 count here as that ball is hacked at, and it's a chopper over to the Palm Springs Power dugout on the left-hand side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning as the charge chant takes place for the Riverside or Bulldogs versus the Palm Springs Power. Oh, that ball's flied out to high, wide right, out to the parking lot. Bounces around. I saw that one bounce really high, and there's a kid running to go grab that ball. Nice little souvenir from the ballpark.
They did the little charge noise. I didn't hear any fans yell charge.
Nobody yelled charge. And that ball's hit over the shortstop. Shortstop deals with it, gives it into Pearson Loska. And there's a nice little sound effect of Kirk Cousins when he beat my Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a comeback game last season, saying, "You like that. You like that."
And I'm curious as to why the home team played that after a ground out.
Because they know that the Riverside Bulldogs players love that.
All right.
He was just sitting on it. Whoever the sound effects guy, he was sitting on it. He wanted to use it all game, and he definitely used it. Could have been used. You can't use it twice now. You know, you got to use it the right time. Maybe after a home run. Maybe after the Ryan Moda home run, you say, "You like that."
Would have been a better time
yes.
for it. We just saw Sccbl save a run with the block on the.
Yeah, Sccbl just a superb catcher. Nothing gets past him.
This is Jason Nall hitting now.
Jason Nall got on base last time out.
It's quickly 2-0 to him.
A hitter's count here. Moda on third, and a big swing there. Swing and a miss there by Nall. Nall of Harris Stowe State University in Missouri.
And if any,
there's 3 players from Harris Stowe State. I wonder how they got those guys as well.
Yeah, and I'd like to.
That ball's chopped up over the right-hand side for a foul ball.
If anyone out there is listening who works at Harris Stowe State, they should get on their baseball website and tell them to put the stats on there, because I could not find stats for any of the players from Harris Stowe State.
Yes, sometimes it's a one-man show at some of those universities. You know, couldn't get to the stats though. Jason Nall and Sccbl Spider-Man. That's his nickname for the rest of the season, man. That guy is just jumping around everywhere, getting wild pitches and stopping them from going past him, especially saving runs like he did earlier in this at-bat with Ryan Moda on third.
And it's never more important than when there is a runner on third, so it's good to see that.
Oh, that ball's chopped up to first base for Pearson Loska. Pearson Loska flashes the glove, gets it for the last out of the 4th inning.
And that took a weird hop, so it was a nice play by Loska to stick with it there and get the out.
And fielding has not been a strength of the Riverside Bulldogs this season, so it's good to see Pearson Loska doing a good job at first base. The score here is 2-0, the Palm Springs Power lead as we head into the top of the 5th after this. And we are back here for the top of the 5th inning. 2-0 game. Palm Springs Power leading thanks to Ryan Moda home run and another run.
It was a sac fly.
Sac fly.
It was Tyler Pritchard.
Tyler Pritchard with Zach Buster running in to score the run. Due up now is Aaron Halpert. Aaron Halpert looks at the first pitch. umpire calls it. It's a little bit low.
It's Max
but,
Mirkovic.
Max
actually.
Mirkovic, pardon me. Kyle Brown here, just dealing, painting the corners and just showing his command, Drew.
And Mirkovic hasn't taken a swing yet in this at-bat, and he's already down 0-2.
Yeah, just like Kyle Brown would like it. And he fouls that one off, takes a swing there. After being a little bit tentative his first 2 pitches, Mirkovic has no other option than to swing at everything.
It was basically same place as the first 2 pitches that were called strikes, so you got to protect, especially with 2 strikes.
Mirkovic, ooh, check swing. Did he go? No, he did not go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. If you went on that one, that would not have been a good pitch to swing at.
Yeah, he's lucky that I don't think it was a swing, but he's lucky they didn't call it either, because that would not have been a good at-bat.
Mirkovic, oh, he swings at that one. Speaking of not good at-bats, there's an example 1 of not a good at-bat, Drew.
The high heat gets him that time. It's hard to lay off right at the pitch or the batter's eye. They think they're just going to hit it a mile, and before they know it, it's past them.
And due up now, Nick Valdez. Nick Valdez done a little bit of catching, done a little bit of pitching, a little bit of hitting, done everything so far for this Bulldog team, as that ball is in the dirt by Kyle Brown. Nick Valdez, really a jack of all trades so far in this young Sccbl season. And he swings at that one. That was going to be a ball, but he swung at it. And the sound effects guy is at it again. This guy rules, man. He's there with the horn honking, sound effects, Homer, Kirk Cousin, you like that? He's doing a little bit of everything today.
He's got his finger.
And we are loving it.
His finger just waiting.
It's just, what else are you going to do if you're the sound effects guy?
He is on top
Someone
of
get that man a major league job.
And I was going to point out that this is a rare example of Kyle Brown not throwing a first pitch strike, and before you know it, it's 1-2. So he's.
Ooh, a check swing inside. Umpire checks with the first base umpire, and Valdez does not swing at it. So it's a 2-2 pitch. Kind of got out of a hole there, Drew.
Yeah, he did. He's gotten it back to more equal footing. But I don't know. Brown's been a strike throwing machine so far. So.
Brown, there's a fly ball to shallow right field. Moda trying to run it down. Oh, he trips, and he could have gotten hurt there as he gets in the dirt. Moda looked like he could have had that one. It would have been a breadbasket type of catch, but instead he falls a little bit clumsily, and thankfully he's okay. We've already seen C.J. Broussard go out for the Palm Springs Power. They obviously don't want the Riverside City College MVP to go out as well after he hit a home run.
He had a beat on it. It should have really been the right fielder's ball because he's going back into foul territory. And what happened was he tripped over the bullpen mound. It's hard to tell that it's out there.
Oh, yeah, it's a little bit elevated there. That's a little bit sketchy, like the hill at the Houston Astros Stadium.
Yeah, it's a little bit like
Minute Maid
that.
Park.
You know, and some MLB stadiums still have their bullpens in foul territory, and that's how it is here. And it causes a hazard for those playing. And his eye was on the ball, not on his feet.
2-2 count, 1 out. Nick Valdez takes another big swing,
Wait for the sound
and
effect.
that's putting someone's eye out, and there's no sound effect there. I am shocked. That's the first time I've been let down by the sound effects guy so far here at Palm Springs Stadium.
Maybe he has a limit per inning.
There could be, Drew. And there's a ball that's going to be flied out to the second baseman at the Power by Nick Valdez. Two
Tyler
outs
Pritchard
remaining.
out there.
Tyler Pritchard, the SC boy, easily gets that one, making it 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. So far, the Bulldogs have had 2 hits over 4 innings of play, and 4 hits for the Palm Springs Power. 2 outs, and due up now is Sam Neufeld. Sam Neufeld, the Vanguard University product,
The only
and
one with
Drew
a hit.
Knight's arch enemy.
He's the only one with a hit so far.
Yeah,
off
he's
of them.
he's really he's been good so far. I touched on it. He finally got out of that slump with a hit, but fielding's been fantastic from Sam Neufeld, the second baseman today. He played a little bit of short the other day in Game 2 against the San Diego Force.
And what I'm remembering about Neufeld's last at bat is he was ahead in the count 3-0 and then 3-1 when he got the hit. And right now he's ahead 2-0.
2-0.
And this is one of the only hitters Kyle Brown has gotten behind, and it's twice now.
That one counts as a strike there.
And there might be a theme.
It's a 2-1 pitch. Go ahead, Drew.
There might be a theme with getting behind in the count for Kyle Brown because that's the only batter to get a hit off him. So we'll see how he battles back here.
And Neufeld hits that one into the the third base gap in between the shortstop and third baseman. That was a really good single as well, Drew. He's batting well.
Neufeld's the only one seeing Brown well right now, it seems like. Twice he's gotten ahead in the count against him, and twice he's gotten base hits. So.
And due up now is Aaron Halpert of Cypress College. Aaron Halpert had 2 hits yesterday and 4 at-bats. Looking to do more of the same here in Game 2 of a 3-game series against the Palm Springs Power. The Riverside Bulldogs have a 1-3 record so far. They really need to get this season on track. Halpert does not swing at the first pitch. It counts as a ball. Umpire just silent there. Missed high.
Brown has, when he's missed, he has missed high, it seems like.
Neufeld on first with a big lead on first. Does not think the lefty will throw at him. And the pitch there down the pipe for a 1-1 count. 2 outs remaining. Swing away here, Drew?
Yeah, I'd say, you're getting a lot of strikes from this guy.
And he swings at that one, kind of a golf swing there. Goes low for it, but it counts as a single, and that's going to get Neufeld. Neufeld with some wheels onto third base. Once again, Sam Neufeld on third base for the second time. Let's see, with runners on the corners, if Nate Munoz, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, can change the tide for this Riverside Bulldogs team.
And it'd be a great time for him to break out of his mini slump. Runner in scoring position, down by 2 runs. First time
hitting leadoff, you got to expect him to come up clutch here with a single.
Yeah, the first time we've had 2 guys on all game, and that was some weak contact by Aaron Halpert, and
but it got into the right, got in the right spot, right, Drew?
It went right over the first baseman's head.
Runners on the corners, and Munoz swings at the first pitch. Pardon me, Drew. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean you can't hit it. Contact-wise, you can't hit it much worse, and location-wise, you can't hit it much better. Sometimes that's how baseball is.
A Vladimir Guerrero-esque swing there. Obviously not the power, but just swung low. That was out of the strike zone. He got it, though. Runners on the corners. 2-0 game with Halpert trying to steal, and he steals first. And then Sam Neufeld on the air. The botched pitch out. Sam Neufeld scores because of it.
Yeah, it was an interesting play with 2 first and third, 2 outs. You do different plays, and it was a straight steal.
Yeah, so
and they threw through, and they maybe had to play at home, but the shortstop bobbled the throw, and Neufeld scored easily.
Good
now
play
we have
there
a man
by the
on
third
second.
base coach to have him steal there.
And we have a man on second base and a run already scored.
So
and our leadoff hitter is still up.
It's a 2-1 game in the bottom of the 5th. It's a little bit closer than many would expect with the firepower of the Palm Springs Power, putting up 13 runs, more than 13 runs 3 times this season. The lowest output they've had this season is 5 runs offensively, so they are a force to be reckoned with.
And so it's safe to say every run is
big
important
swing there by Nate Munoz. Yes.
for the Bulldogs, and that run on second base is as important as any run we've had this season.
Aaron Halpert on second base after being walked with Nate Munoz. Up to bat, leadoff, struck out twice. Let's see if he can get a hit here. Nate Munoz fouls that one off behind home plate.
And no one wants a base hit more than Nate Munoz himself.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been struggling a little bit this season, and he'll definitely want to change the tide with a runner on second. The Riverside Bulldogs in a good fight here in the 5th inning to get back into this game. Sam Neufeld scored. Ooh, he's hit by a pitch, Nate Munoz, and runners. Munoz is on base and controls leaving Kyle Brown a little bit here. Could fatigue be playing a factor here, Drew?
I could say fatigue might be playing a factor. He only pitched 25 innings this season. A lot of it was in relief. So he's
He
working
had
on his fourth inning here.
They weren't planning on him coming in this early with C.J. Broussard getting drilled in the leg by a line drive.
But they have no one warming up, so even if he's losing it a little bit, this is his inning to deal with.
And it's not like they're short of options. They have 8 guys on their pitching staff. They have a whole platoon that they can rely on here. Jason Drubilbis and Felix Minjarez yesterday pitching.
And it looks like there's some action in the pen for the first time. They're just starting to stand up and stretch a little bit. And but yeah, why warm up anyone up yet? Kyle Brown had been dealing up until 2 batters ago.
And there are 2 outs remaining, 2-1 game here. Bulldogs are back in it.
And Kyle Kayberry is very capable of getting a big hit here.
Kayberry batting second in the lineup here for the Riverside Bulldogs. Runners on first and second. A little bit of danger here for the Palm Springs Power. And there's a big swing there by Kyle Kayberry. Misses. Ball was high.
So Brown, after struggling, is 1 strike away from getting out of this jam, having not given up the lead.
2 hits this inning so far for the Riverside Bulldogs. Kayberry needs to come up big for his team here. And Kyle Brown misses high and wide. Nice little breeze here in Palm Springs. Cool night compared to what you normally think of when you're in Palm Springs.
Yeah, it's very comfortable here. It's a nice evening to watch a baseball game.
It's usually the Devil's playground as far as the heat is concerned. But yes, nice weather here. Kayberry,
Ooh, a wild pitch
there's a wild
there.
pitch there. Both runners will advance there, and now a little bit of danger. If you're the power manager, you're going to want to get somebody into this game, right, Drew?
Yeah, it looks
He's a
like
little
someone
fatigued.
is warming up. And
It's Bailey Chesterton warming up, the Riverside City College product.
and for Kayberry, it's a full count,
And
2
man,
outs.
Drew, I hate to cut you off again, but there was another wonderful sound effect. The Finish Him Scorpion Mortal Kombat sound effect. This guy rules. Go ahead with what you're going to say.
Yeah, with 2 outs, 2 strikes.
And Kayberry takes
And
a
he
big
gets
swing
him.
there, and he gets him
And I'm going to credit that out to the sound effect guy.
to the yes. It probably distracted Kyle Kayberry into swinging at that one. 1 runner scored there. Runners left on second and third base. Good inning from the Riverside Bulldogs. It's a 2-1 game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We will head back with the rest of this game in a bit. And we're back here with the bottom of the 5th inning, a 2-1 game here. The Palm Springs Power lead the Riverside Bulldogs in a 2-1 game. Up to bat now for the Palm Springs Power is number 6, Tony Boeto. Joe Lavina on the mound, and he misses inside with his first pitch for a ball. One ball, no strikes, no outs. Bottom of the 5th inning here.
Boeto is the local guy.
Boeto, the College of the Desert product. And community college ball can produce some really big talent.
Yeah, a lot of the best guys do go to community college because you only have to play 1 year before you're
And
eligible.
Boeto hits it over to the center field gap. That's going to be a single with Kyle Kayberry fielding it, getting it into second base now to Sam Neufeld before any more danger can happen. Nice leadoff single to start the inning for Tony Boeto.
That was
Zach Buster, who scored the second run for the Palm Springs Power, up to bat.
That was another scary line drive. It went right over the head of the pitcher. And, I mean, anywhere lower, that could have been dangerous.
Could have been dangerous, yes. And we definitely don't want to see anybody get hurt here in America's pastime.
And we've already seen
There's
one
a bunt
exit.
there. Oh, man. There's a wild pitch there by Chase Sccbl. Maybe the first mistake he's made all season. Tried to throw out the runner at first, and the ball goes just past Pearson Loska because of the wild throw into right field.
Yeah,
And
it was a.
Tony Boeto advances to second. Maybe not the best play there.
He was showing bunt, and catchers are taught when there's a man on first, batter shows bunt and pulls back, you check on the runner at first. But yeah, that was just a poor throw.
And the crowd getting after it tonight here in Palm Springs. Avina misses high to the left inside. 2-0 count, no outs, runner on second base, 2-1 game. Zach Buster. And he elects not to go with it. He check swings there, but it doesn't matter because Joe Lavina blows one past him, blows the fastball to Chase Sccbl for a strike. And,
I didn't really notice because we're here in the booth, but the wind is actually whipping pretty good out to right field.
And that could play danger for either team here, as we saw with Billy Johnson trying to get to second, and he got thrown out because of the wind. He just misjudged the whole thing when he's on first base and got penalized for it.
And we have seen a lot of foul balls to the right field line out of play. Maybe on another night, they would have been fair balls.
How's the warm air play a factor with the ball being hit in the air, Drew?
I think the warm air helps the ball carry more than cold air does.
And Joel Avina gets a strike there because of a bunt, a bungled bunt by Zach Buster, where he didn't get a touch on it, and it'll be a full count here with a runner on second base. Zach Buster, the third baseman.
And Avina, unlike Kyle Brown, has had to fight for every out. He's really had to battle up there.
Big swing. Joel Avina, pardon me, does not strike out Zach Buster. I do not know what happened there.
It was a foul tip.
Foul tip. 2-1 ball game. It's a close one here in beautiful Palm Springs, California. Avina checks the second, throws inside, and he calls him out. I don't know if that was in the strike zone there. If I'm the umpire, I'm giving the strikeout there. Drew, what do you think?
I mean, it was inside. It was hard to tell because he was crowding the plate, but I mean, we'll take it, but it might have been a beneficial call for us.
And now up, right fielder Billy Johnson. Billy Johnson, the speedster, the leadoff guy.
Dangerous hitter, but he made a mental error that maybe cost his team a run.
Swings at the first pitch, yes he did. Joel Avina kind of getting a little bit more control here, showing his stuff to the Palm Springs Power.
And I'm impressed by our Bulldogs tonight. The Power are...
Avina throws foul tip over to... Oh, there's a great play by the third baseman of Nate Munoz. And he double play him. Is it a double play? Does he catch? No, it's a safe. I'll try to recap what happened. It happened so quickly. There was a foul tip over to the left-hand side. Nate Munoz tried to flag it down. Zach Bowman tried to flag it down, gets the first out of gets Billy Johnson and just tries to flag down Zach Buster. Zach Buster sprints to third base and gets there just in time. It was a bang-bang play there at third.
And he was
really exciting stuff.
Livid with the umpire. They called him safe. That was as good of a defensive play as we've seen the Bulldogs make. He went way into foul territory.
Yeah, it caught me off guard. I thought that one was going foul.
Almost behind the dugout for the Power, makes the catch, and Buster runs from second base, and it's a foot race. Bowman laid out, tagged his foot, it looked like, before he got in there.
If this was the MLB, we'll put it this way, there would have been a review there.
For sure. There for sure would have been a review, and I think it could have been overturned. But, yeah, here in the Sccbl, we do not have replay review, and he was safe on third, but there are still 2 outs.
And now Tyler Pritchard up to bat. Pritchard shown some good fielding ability there at second. Runner on third, 2 outs. Joel Avina's got to get out of this one. Avina. Ooh, misses wide. It's a wild pitch. It'll be a bang-bang play to first or to home. And number 6, Tony Boeto of UC Santa Clara slides in to make it 3-1. Chase Sebi couldn't block that one. He's blocked almost everything else tonight. Who do you put that one on? I mean, obviously the pitch there, but should Chase Sebi have blocked that one?
I think you can't blame the catcher for that. He did his best, and clearly we've seen him block a lot of balls so far. What I do put a little bit of the blame on is his inability to pick up the ball as he slid back to make there's no throw, so no play at the plate. And I don't know if he would have been out, but we could have had a play if Chase Sebi was able to pick up the ball cleanly.
And now Tyler Pritchard's still up in a 3-0 count. Joel Avina in danger of walking yet another batter, and he walks his third. Tyler Pritchard on base for the 3rd time tonight. Really doing a good job of getting after it. And now, from the University of New Orleans, the center fielder, John Malden. John Malden presents a little bit of danger batting in that 3-hole.
Yeah, and we really want this out here as Ryan Mota lurks on deck.
Joel Avina is just really struggling here, hitting the corners. He doesn't want to give anything too easy in down the pipe, but he's going to have to start throwing strikes here, Drew.
He really is. He
pickoff move to first.
Another example of not expecting to come into the game at this point, but he needs to hit his spots here, and we've got no one warming up again. So
at this point, I mean, Simai Kalu and Ryan Doherty have already pitched last night. Maybe there's just not enough options on this Riverside Bulldogs team, and he might have to finish the game.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs, I mean, the whole point of Summer League is not necessarily to win a championship here or anything like that. It's to get practice in so you can head on to your college
Joel
season.
Avina, 1-1 count,
and
2 outs.
So, but the Bulldogs are at a disadvantage to a lot of teams in this league when it just comes to pure numbers. They do not have the same size roster as a lot of these teams, especially this Palm Springs team, who has 8 to 10 people on their pitching staff alone, where we have 18
Avina, that ball's
total.
popped up. It's going to be over the right-hand side. You talked about that wind, and it plays another factor there. That ball looked like it was almost going to be closer to the foul line than outside the stadium, and the wind just caught it, and it hit the gate.
Yeah, off the bat, I thought that was for sure out number 3 fly out, and it just kept carrying foul, more foul, and then it eventually hit the gate, yeah.
At center field, dead center, 385 feet, you could see the American flag just whistling in the wind. John Malden, dangerous batter, the Raging Cajun from Louisiana. Oh, and the
Oh, and
Tyler
he
Pritchard
smokes
steals second, and that one's smoked, but it's going to go foul. Once again, a wind playing factor. If it was not a windy game, that one would have been out of the park. And thankfully for Joe Lavina and co., it does not go out for a home run.
On a completely still night, that's definitely a home run. But yeah, the wind gave it no chance.
And a pickoff
Oh.
move, and there's going to be a pickle here between the Palm Springs Power and the Bulldogs. And Tyler Pritchard got caught with his hands in the cookie jar, gets tagged out. Joe Lavina gets bailed out with an easy out because of the mistake of the base running of Tyler Pritchard. That sends us to the top of the 6th inning. It's a 3-1 game, 1 run scored in that inning for the Palm Springs Power and 1 run scored for your Riverside Bulldogs. We will head into the 6th inning after this.
And welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium in Palm Springs. Bradford Evans had to step out for a moment. For now, it'll just be me, Drew Knight. And Zach Bowman leads off the top of the 6th inning for our Riverside Bulldogs. And it's a new pitcher for the Palm Springs Power. And Riverside fans might recognize him. He went to King High School and now goes to Riverside City College. His name is Bailey Chesterton, number 17 for the Power, and his first pitch was a ball inside. And his second pitch was ripped down the line by Bowman, but it was foul. So the count is 1-1. Chesterton at RCC this year had a 1.8 ERA in 30 innings pitched. So definitely runs are tough to come by when he's on the mound. His 1-1 is flailed at by Bowman and missed. It was a breaking ball in the dirt. Bowman didn't come close to hitting it. It's 1-2. And Chesterton is a quick worker. He's already back out there. And his 1-2 is chopped up the middle. Second baseman Pritchard has it, throws on to first. 1 out as we welcome Bradford back into the booth.
1 out here. Bailey Chesterton taking the mound, the Riverside City Tiger. Los Tigres, as we call them.
And as I mentioned on the broadcast, he also went to King High School, so he's very familiar with
He's a
Riverside.
local boy, yes. Doesn't have to go far for quality baseball. Here is Pearson Loska swings at the first pitch. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. 3-1 game. The 6th inning of play. A big swing there by Loska. Loska swinging at everything here. 0-2 count.
I like how fast Chesterton works. As a observer of the game, it's much more entertaining to watch when it goes quickly, and he just...
No starts and stops, no Dontrell Willis high kick. He just gets that thing going, huh?
Yeah, he just, once he gets the ball back, he's ready to go. And it's really the batter that he's waiting for. which is not common in baseball.
A lot of the times you see things happen like Johnny Cueto with that nice rock back that he has. You just see it's a way to delay the pitcher a little bit and the timing of the batter, right?
Yeah.
It gets thrown off as Chesterton misses on the breaking ball
You
outside.
You got guys like Chris Sale who work fast. They just want to throw it as soon as they get the ball back, and that's what Chesterton reminds me of a lot.
Well, high praise from Drew Knight.
We'll see if he pitches like Chris Sale, but his timing is a lot like Chris Sale.
Yeah, Chris Sale obviously a hard guy to emulate.
Right.
If you like him. 1-2 count. Pearson Loska, 1 out in this inning. Ooh, high, wide right ball, breaking ball, slips from his fingers there.
Yeah, look, he knew it as soon as it came out of his hand. That was slipped. You could see him gesturing to the dugout what happened.
Bailey Chesterton pitches that one. It's a fastball, low and hard. It would have been a strike once fouled off.
And we don't have a radar gun to see how fast these guys are throwing. But
he's throwing fast.
He's throwing pretty hard, and it might be even deceptively hard.
Lots of movement as well on his pitches.
Yeah.
But control may be an issue here as there's a full count. He's missed high and wide to the right on his last 3 balls. Chesterton really has to get things going or else he's in danger of walking Pearson Loska. And Loska fouls that one off. Good battle, Drew, so far between Chesterton and Loska.
Yeah, this is the best battle we've seen from any Bulldog hitter. We've seen good hits, but we haven't seen any very extended at-bats like we have with Loska here.
Pearson Loska. Loska fouls that one off, too. High, wide, and to the right. And all the way in Indio, California, that ball is sent.
With the wind, yeah.
Yeah. Chesterton, another hit. It's going to go to the third base, but it bounces right behind. It will not be an error here. It'll be a base hit from Pearson Loska. Good at bat from the Riverside Bulldogs.
And it was maybe a playable hit, but it took a nasty hop.
Yeah, at the last second.
And so, I would not give an error to the third baseman there. Maybe he should have charged it a little more, but he sat back, and it took a nasty hop on him.
So due up now is the catcher, Spider-Man, Chase Sccbl. On first is the first baseman, Pearson Loska. Ball's fouled up and probably takes out Steve, the Palm Springs Power play-by-play guy. Hopefully he's all right.
It didn't take out the sound effect guy because he was able to put in the glass breaking sound effect.
Maybe it was actual glass breaking. You never know. And there's a strike there. Awarded to Chesterton. Chase Sccbl. 3-1 game here. Top of the 6th inning. It's a little bit exciting here. Heading down to the wire between the power. Nice breaking ball. But it will be that thing moved, but it's going to be considered a ball.
It's not often you can see the break of a pitch from the booth up here, and we saw that one break right onto the outside corner, just missed.
This kid can throw, man. This kid can throw. There will be a double play. Actually, no, it would have been a double play, but he only needed the one out. He just tagged him out, Ryan Mata.
It was a line drive caught, and he tagged first base for the double play.
Yeah, Bailey Chesterton, man, that guy has some stuff. So the Riverside Bulldogs have have work cut out for them as they head into the bottom of the 6th inning. We will be back momentarily.
And we're back with the bottom of the 6th inning. John Malden, pardon me, up to bat for the Palm Springs Power. It's a 3-1 game here. Drew, how are the Riverside Bulldogs going to get back into this one?
I mean, it's looking bleak in a sense because it seems like every pitcher the Power are throwing out there
have power.
are great pitchers. Looks like there's a ball out in left field from the bullpen, and they haven't noticed yet, so play is still going.
And there's going to be
Finally,
one of the pitchers jogging onto the field and grabbing that ball, disrupting the play a little bit, but the umpire won't mind getting that ball out of there.
But we have seen the Bulldogs put together one really solid inning. They scratched a run across. They had potential for a couple more.
And Joe Lavina with a fastball down in the dirt there.
And I think, they're just going to have to keep battling. That's going to be the story of the season. Battle.
Joe Lavina throws a breaking ball that's fouled up and over behind home plate. And the nice scream from the Wilhelm scream from the sound effects guy. You hear it in every Star Wars movie and every Quentin Tarantino film.
And apparently
at Palm Springs
Stadium.
Palm Springs Stadium.
He just struck him out with an off-speed.
He struck him out with off-speed pitch. Really nice play there. That sound effects guy just throws off the broadcast, man.
We're a fan of his.
Yes. And now, guess who's up to bat? Ryan Moda.
Ryan Moda.
Big boy, big hitter. Lots of danger coming. What can Joe Lavina do? Would you elect to walk him here with one out?
Well, he's had 2 plate appearances.
Oh, Ryan Moda hits it over the shortstop, but shortstop drops it, tries to get it over to first, and he gets him out. Nice play.
That's the
by the Riverside Bulldogs.
The one tool that Moda doesn't have going for him is speed. And so he hit that hard enough that even with the bobble, and Halpert was able to make the play.
That was actually Sam Neufeld. Sam Neufeld moved over from second base over to shortstop, and he's just shown once again how good of a fielder he is as he just punched out Ryan Moda. Ryan Moda, not the fastest guy, but gets it to Pearson Loska for the out to make it 2 outs, 3-1 game here in the bottom of the 6th inning of play.
Doesn't get much easier with Hayden Schilling batting.
Yes, that is very true. Hayden Schilling's been on once. Grounded out. The second at bat brings that astronomical average down a little bit.
I have been impressed with the Bulldogs defense tonight. Last time out on Tuesday, they did not have the best defensive showing. In the first game especially, and the second game we got a little better, and then today is even better.
Yes, just ironing the kinks out, finding which player fits where, right?
Yeah, and with the team...
Avina, ball is drilled. Is it going to be fair? No, it's not fair. It's a foul ball, barely missed. If it went past the brown of the field, it would have been a fair ball, but...
Looked like he chipped his bat, too, so he's getting a new...
So he's getting a new one. Yeah, this is a wood bat league. After all, if you can't tell, you'd hear that nice little ping sound if it was aluminum league.
I like the wood sound.
Yeah.
It's a more pure sound than the...
And it's what you grow up hearing. It's a nice sound. It just reminds you of the ballpark. Everybody's grown up going to, especially in Southern California, Angel games, Dodger games, and even San Diego Padre games. So it's really a nice sound and is reminiscent of summer. Brings in the ring of summer.
And this is a perfect evening for it. It's really despite the score, everything else about tonight is a very good night for baseball.
Well, we know who you're pulling for, Drew. Hey.
Well, yeah.
Hayden, yeah, of course, right? It's a home broadcast, and that ball is grounded by Hayden Schilling, and an error will be awarded to Marcelo Arcos. Kind of hopped up off him. Very difficult ball to deal with by the second baseman.
It was Gio Villanueva.
Gio Villanueva, pardon me. Can't tell. You can see number 1. I thought it was number 1. That's why I need to bring my glasses next time. Duke Cody up to bat now with Hayden Schilling on first base after the error.
To be fair, we are a lot further away from the field of play than our home games.
Yes, It's not close.
That's not a knock either. It's a great place to be.
Yeah,
You get the
'cause it's
bird's eye
windy.
view.
Cody to Cody. Oh, Joe Lavina elects to keep the runner honest. Hayden Schilling. Shortstops are usually speedsters, so sure he has some wheels on him. Some Juan Pierre wheels, if you may.
Maybe not quite one.
Maybe not Juan Pierre. Joe Lavina again goes towards first. Maybe sees something he doesn't like about the runner, and he goes. Runner goes, and it's grounded over to third. Gets a nice lead. Caden Schilling will get to third base, and maybe he's coming home. No, he elects not to. Runners are now in the corner. Nice single there by Cody Ducote, the designated hitter.
It was an aggressive base running play. The runner was going, Schilling, but he still, on a hard hit ball to the left fielder, still went for the extra base, and it paid off as the left fielder bobbled the ball. He was able to get there safely.
Would you have elected to go for a pitch out there, Drew? Just maybe punch him out? Because you knew, obviously they saw something.
Yeah,
Knew he was going to run.
if there ever was a time for a pitch out, that was it. But at the same time, you don't want to fall too behind a batter. So if they didn't think they had a good enough chance. But I've seen Sebi throw guys out.
He threw one out earlier today. It was
Yeah.
a really good play. He caught one of the power runners trying to steal a base. 3-1 here, bottom of the 6th inning. And the shoulders of Jason Nall turn, but he elects not to swing the bat with it. It's a 1-0 count, 2 outs. Runner on first base, runners on the corners. The ball's grounded, fouled out of bounds as Pearson Loska just snags it, gives it back to Joel Avina. Hayden Schilling taking that big lead on first, stealing and then getting the single thanks to Cody Ducote. And now, as a result, runners are on the corner. Some danger. Joel Avina once again, man. These guys checking first base. He's paranoid that Ducote's going to try to steal from him.
Well, it's first and third, 2 outs, which is the same situation when the Bulldogs scored a run. So they've seen
That
firsthand.
ball misses high and wide to the left side.
We've seen firsthand the dangers of this situation with the base runner at first base.
Jason Nall has a chance to give his team a big lead here. And Nall pops it up. Is it in play? It's barely out of play. Oh, it veers right back in play. And good job by the third baseman of the Riverside Bulldogs to snag that one when it turned on him in the last second, Drew.
Yeah, it's that wind again, and Zach Bowman stuck with it and made the play.
So 3-1 game here, 6 innings complete. We're headed to the 7th inning of play. It looks like there's a pitching change going on for the Palm Springs Power. That's Darren May coming in for relief for Bailey Chesterton. And kind of strange, you and I were talking off air, why would you take Bailey Chesterton out? And you said maybe he just doesn't have the endurance to last.
Yeah, he had low innings, and this guy has even lower innings at the same school, RCC. So I think they're just relief pitchers, and that's their job.
I've seen him here at warm-ups. Just to give you a sneak peek, and this guy can throw. He can throw really hard. So the Riverside Bulldogs have their work cut out for them. As we head into the 7th inning of play, we're just going to take a quick break. We'll be back momentarily. And we are back live. Bradford Evans and Drew Knight here on the call for the top of the 7th inning here. It is Darren May in the game. And I just mentioned he's got some speed. The Riverside College of Champions product, Darren May, heading up to bat for the Riverside Bulldogs is number 19, Max Mikrovic. And we'll see if Darren May has him stay. Yes, he does. He throws a fastball down. It's in the dirt for a ball, but it was a quick-moving fastball, that's for sure.
It had some velocity to it. There's a number that really stands out for Darren May at RCC.
He throws that one. That ball's fouled off by Mirkovic.
That is in 19.2 innings pitched this year. He only gave up 1 earned run. Made his earned run average.
So what you're trying to tell me is that the Riverside Bulldogs have their work cut out for them?
They do.
Yeah.
Like we've said about almost every pitcher, 0.46 ERA. And high strikeouts too. 10.56 strikeouts per 9 innings for him. So anything in the double digits is amazing.
So it's a 3-1 game here. Not going to be easy for the Bulldogs to come back here with such good pitching from Darren May, Bailey Chesterton, and Kyle Brown.
Yeah, and it's a testament to this team and the depth because CJ Broussard started this game and came out unexpectedly with an injury after Bowman drilled him with a line drive off the leg. And 3 pitchers since then have given up 1 run, and they had to scratch and claw for that run.
2-2 count here.
Mikrovic is really battling.
Oh, the lights go out at center field for a little bit. I don't know what really happened there. Looks like one set. There's still light in the stadium. You know, we're not in complete darkness, but that might have messed with Mikrovic during the pitch.
There's still a ball.
Still a ball, and he actually walks. So Mikrovic gets on base. Darren May walks his first batter here in the top of the 7th inning.
And I am a little confused about the lights because I don't see any lights that are out.
It is actually, Drew, it was the lights behind center field that were illuminating another field.
Oh, interesting. So it doesn't really affect this game at all.
But at the same time, it probably affected Mirkovic on that pitch.
Yeah, on one pitch it affected the game, but
shouldn't be an issue now. With Nick Valdez, May just checks to first base. Mirkovic keeping him honest. Nick Valdez up to bat here, and he needs to come up big for his team, Drew. And there's a chopper up to second base. Could be a double play. They're going to try to turn the double play, and they get the double play. Beautifully run double play by the Palm Springs Power to get out of a difficult position, give them 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning, and all the momentum that the Riverside Bulldogs had built in the top of the 7th inning is gone, Drew.
That was a professionally turned double play. It was a high chopper, a hard play to make, and
just
Pritchard
beautifully by Pritchard.
Turned so quick, and a great transfer by the shortstop.
Hayden Schilling,
Hayden Schilling and a
great
laser throw to get Valdez at first.
Due up now is Sam Neufeld. Sam Neufeld, similar to Luke Skywalker, the Force's only hope to bring balance to this game, it seems.
And he's 2 for 2 so far. That was off of Kyle Brown, so we'll see how he does with the right-handed flamethrower in there. But
Mikrovic, the ball drilled inside. 1 strike, 2 outs, 3-1 game. Neufeld just fouls out. Actually, grounds it to first, tries to get the run, tries to hustle to get the run, but is punched out. Palm Springs Power, Max Mikrovic gets a nice quick inning, walked 1, and got the rest out. Nice double play thanks to his defense. It's a 3-1 game. Chris Joyce, the manager of the Riverside Bulldogs, is going to want to hopefully change things up or get something from his team. I know it's a thin team, 18 players. However, things are going to need to change here for the Riverside Bulldogs next time they're due up if they're to get back into this game. And in the meantime, Joe Levine has got to keep things steady for his team. Fatigue could be playing a factor here. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the bottom of the 7th inning after this. And we're back here in the bottom of the 7th, 3-1 game. Bradford Evans and Drew Knight on the call here for you. For your Riverside Bulldogs are down 3-1. Tony Boeto, the catcher of the Palm Springs Power, is up. And Tony Boeto has been effective so far, Drew.
He has. He scored one of their runs, and he's been on base. So
we'll see what Joe Lavina can do here. Joe Lavina has had a moderate game here. He's surrendered 2 runs. Avina, Boeto pops up to first base. Should be a routine fly ball. Pearson Loska, ball once again. The wind caught it at the very last second, but he dealt with it accordingly. Good play by Pearson Loska.
Took it right into the base path. And, you know, as a whole, it's not the best pitching performance we've seen, but against this team that has scored no less than 5 runs this year, you can't ask for
3.
You can't ask for too much more.
Been an accomplishment. However, the bat's going to need to start swinging for the Riverside Bulldogs if they're to get back into this game. Zach Buster, the third baseman, is up. He's had a very good game, been on base multiple times, scored a run as well. He's been a handful to deal with. Zach Buster batting 9th. Kind of an odd thing because he's been batting some of the best for the Riverside
He has,
Power,
but you know, this is
a
lineup full of good hitters, so day to day it could be any one of these guys that comes up big.
Joe Lavina with a ball on his first pitch here. Looks from the stretch, electing not to go from the windup, and throws the ball in the dirt for the second ball. Wind has calmed down just a little bit. That American flag at center field has not been whipping around as much these past 10 minutes. Joe Lavina misses and is in a hitter's count once again, Drew.
Yeah, it's 3-0, which is not something you want to have happen. But he's been pitching more than he's used to, I'd say. This is a longer outing than he's had this year, this summer season. And it looks like someone is warming up in the bullpen, although
Joe Lavina with a breaking ball misses, and he throws 4 straight balls. Runner on first now. Zach Buster just once again getting on base. He's a pest. He's a nuisance to deal with for the Riverside Bulldogs.
He's doing what we thought Billy Johnson would be doing this game, and Billy Johnson's
not had the best game, and Zach Buster's been filling in for him.
And Johnson's up now, so we'll see what he can do.
Billy Johnson, pickoff move, Joe Lavina. Joe Lavina loves to keep those runners honest. Zach Buster not taking the biggest lead off there, but he takes a bigger one here. Buster. Avina throws a slow, high ball. That one could have been belted out if it was. That really was a dangerous pitch by Joe Lavina.
In a way, he's lucky that it missed. Because anywhere over the heart of the plate, that's crushed.
Avina misses high and wide to the left, and he's had 6 straight balls. There's going to be a quick mound visit from Chase Sccbl and Joe Lavina. Sccbl just calming down his pitcher. The control has really left him here in the top of the 7th inning. And Sccbl hopefully calming down his pitcher. Runner on first base, Zach Buster. Once again, Joe Lavina goes with a pickoff move, keeping the runner honest.
His pickoff throws are accurate if his pitches aren't.
The sound effects guy, once again, will update you what he did. He did the you'll never get this from Borat. That ball's fouled off behind home plate.
And I haven't heard too many repeats from the sound effect guy.
No, he's keeping it original.
So he's
used the broken glass a little bit, but this guy's been keeping it real.
He's got a whole soundboard of.
Oh, and the runner goes there, and it's popped up. This could be dangerous for the Riverside Bulldogs. Will the double play ensue? No, it does not.
Hung up just too long.
Zach Buster thought he had a nice little lead there when he went. Ball was popped up, and now there are 2 outs. Billy Johnson has not been a factor today after being so good this entire batting .400 up until this game. Tonight's not been his night.
And the one time he did reach base, he got himself out in a mental error. So it's not been his game, but they can't all be your game. So
Yeah, even the greatest, even Bryce Harper goes 0 for 4 sometimes, right? Oh, we have Zach Buster trying to go again, but he elects not to at the last second. Tyler Pritchard, who's been a nuisance defensively and offensively for the Riverside Bulldogs, up to bat. Joe Lavina once again with the checks to first base. Pearson Losk is having his work cut out for him so far, especially with Joe Lavina, who likes to check to first whenever he can. And Buster looks like he's going to go again. That ball's low and into the dirt for a ball, and it's a 2-0 count. Ooh, wind pops up, and it's going to blow the whole press box over, guys, so we got to be careful here. Hold on to your horses as that wind picks up once again.
as big of a
Coming towards
gust
the press box.
as we've had tonight.
Yes. As I said, 3-1. Bottom of the 7th inning. Runner on first base. And Tyler Pritchard will try to get on base here with a 3-0 count. Once again, Joel Avina could walk another batter. He walks another batter here. Maybe it's time, Drew, to change things up. And Chris Joyce, I believe, is going to visit with Joel Avina and use one of the pitchers that he has warming up. We can't see who it is, but we'll tell you right when we know, over the right-hand side. But Chris Joyce might take out Joel Avina here.
With 3-4-5 due up, can't say I blame him, but definitely a promising performance from
Not
Avina.
not bad from Joel Avina
Against-
at all.
Against a powerful lineup like this, to only give up 2 runs, and they weren't like shots or anything. They weren't bomb home runs or anything like that.
No, they were solid, well fought for bases that the Palm Springs Power earned. But he's walking everybody right now, and
they left him
they're
in.
leaving him in here, which could be really, really dangerous with John Malden coming up to bat and runners on first and second. Maybe the pitcher's just not ready for the Riverside Bulldogs. I'm surprised they're not going with Alfred Paris, the young Riverside Poly graduate who just finished high school a couple days ago. Really good stuff in his first outing in that second game. And I'm not the manager, but Drew, would you elect to maybe go with somebody like Alfred Paris?
I would go with someone new in this situation. They figured out Avina a little bit, and he has been wild, especially this
He
inning.
can't throw a strike here. I mean, he has 1 strike in this count, but it's really been laboring so far in the bottom of the 7th inning. And it's a 1-1 count, 2 outs, 2 runners on first and second. But Chris Joyce going with his guy.
And we'll see if he could get out of this right here with 1 pitch.
Avina checks to second before he throws, and it's a line drive up to a grounder to second base, and the runner's going to come home. Zach Buster again.
Ooh.
It's that man, a horrible, horrible throw by Kyle Caberry. That ball goes, and 2 runners score because of the horrid throw.
It's actually Nate Munoz.
Nate
out
Munoz,
there.
pardon me, Nate Munoz with not a good throw once again. Just really struggling out there as far as fielding's concerned. 2 runners score, Drew, and it's really, really getting out of hand here for Joel Avina and company as it goes to 5-1. It really, one run would have scored there if not for the error from Nate Munoz.
I mean, that's just contracting a mistake. And this is a new
Nick
batter who's not on
Pachorik
the roster.
in for Ryan Moda.
Nick Pachorik. But yeah, Munoz had an out at third base if he would have made a straight, solid throw, and he just airmailed it straight into the dugout for the power. A run scored, and not only did a run score, but Malden got to go all the way to third base on that, so they have another runner right
So
90 feet away from scoring.
Nick Pachorik in, and this could be the knockout blow if he hits this one and gets the runner home. Number 14, John Malden, on third base with the triple because of the error. It was going to be maybe a double if he's lucky, and it turned out of his favor. And the Riverside Bulldogs are in danger of going to 1-4 and losing the second game of this series. And that ball's fouled off.
And it was really promising that we maybe could have kept Palm Springs to their lowest run total of the year. And right now they already tied their previous low with 5. So just another day in the office for Palm Springs.
Bottom of the 7th inning, 5-1, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Joe Lavina really struggling here, giving up 2 runs in this inning. And Avina really, I mean, his stuff has lost velocity, it's lost movement. And Chris Joyce really ought to get somebody else in there.
I thought the leash would be shorter than this, and it's got to even be shorter now.
I mean, it's 2-1 here. Avina gets a strike there. And he's got to get a strike here. I mean, it's a 2-2 count. However, he's just got to get out of this inning, Drew.
To give his team any sort of chance of coming back, this is a must-have out.
Nick Pechorik. Oh, he misses wide. It's a wild pitch, and a runner's going to come home, Drew. Another error from the Riverside Bulldogs, and errors undoing this team once again like they've done in the past 3 games, Drew. This is not really going their way as John Malden walks in for the 6th run of the game.
Yeah.
It's really getting out of hand here in the bottom of the 7th. And bottom of the 7th last game, Drew, against the San Diego Force that we covered, was the kryptonite as well for this team, giving up 2 runs after taking the lead.
Yeah, and you know, we just gotta, when the game's on the line, we gotta see this team crack down a little better, especially defensively.
And defensively today, they played so well other than these last errors, man. It's just, they shoot themselves in the foot again, and the game gets out of hand. It's 6-1. There's still a chance of coming back, ladies and gentlemen, but with the gas that Palm Springs have in their lineup and their pitching rotation, it's going to be tough to get back into this one.
And we have 3 errors on the scoreboard here, but there was 2 runs that scored on pass balls too, which don't count on as an error.
But they really are errors.
But they're a type of error, and that's 5 on the board, which is not something you can have and expect to win games.
Pechorik battling with Joe Lavina in a full count, 3-2. Avina misses again, and he walks another batter, Drew. He's got to get out of there.
And here comes
Chris Joyce. Chris Joyce just walking up with that John Olerud helmet.
Joyce is doing it all. He's coaching third. He's managing. It's a one-man show.
It's a one-man show. And thankfully, it did not have to be a one-man media show, thanks to my guys, Jake Frazier and Drew Knight, helping me out tonight and helping me out throughout the entire season. Jake keeping stats tonight. Drew helped run the Game Changer app last time out. Now he's on the call as Mason Jandro is out at work and unable to join us tonight.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Happy to have you guys. Chase Sebi, his legs must be getting tired, but we're going to take a quick little break here as the pitcher for the Riverside Bulldogs is going to warm up here. We'll be back momentarily. And now all nice and warm is Sccbl, the pastoral theology major of Bethesda University, has pitched in the last game yesterday, pitched 2 3/3 innings, as well as pitching in the first game against the San Diego Force, taking on Hayden Schilling. Joe Lavina not having the best outing, especially kind of fell apart there in the 7th inning, and this game has gotten away from the Riverside Bulldogs. It was 3-1, and it's now 6-1 thanks to a pass ball from the center fielder of the Riverside Bulldogs, Nate Munoz. And it's a 1-1 game, or a 1-1 count, 2 outs, 6-1 game, power lead, runner on first. Sccbl delivers again, check swing, fouled off. No, it's a wild pitch, pardon me. And he's going to go to triple. He's going to go to extra bases, and he's tagged out. A great play by Zach Bowman to get out of the inning as Nick Pechoric got a little too greedy there, tried to round second after the wild pitch.
There was no need for it.
There was no need for it. Got a little cocky maybe because the lead's 6-1, but a good play by Zach Bowman. Zach Bowman doing a little bit of everything tonight, and the Riverside Bulldogs get out of the ugly inning down 6-1, and they're going to need a little bit of magic to get back into this one. We will be back in a minute. And Bradford Evans joins you live with Drew Knight for the top of the 8th inning, 6-1 game. Andrew Kane in the game for the Palm Springs Power. And the game has slipped away from the Riverside Bulldogs. It was 3-1 until the 7th inning came, the dreaded 7th inning. And things are not looking good here for the Riverside Bulldogs, Drew, as Gio Villanueva is up to bat.
No, and it doesn't get easier as Andrew Kane is another pitcher, another relief pitcher who averages about a strikeout an inning.
Pitcher gasses it, chopped up to second base, routine ground ball thrown to first to Nick Pechoric. And first batter is out in the top of the 8th inning. 1 out, 6-1 is the score. Palm Springs Power lead. Number 6 here, Nate Munoz, who made the pass ball error from center up to bat and looking to redeem his past transgressions here, Drew.
Yeah, and I mean, the best way to forget about an error is to do something else great. Something
Big
that
swing
outweighs
there
it.
by Nate Munoz. Nate Munoz. 1-1 in the count, 1 out. Andrew Kane deals again. Low, hard fastball on the right-hand corner. Fouled off. 2-1, or 1-2 is the count. Misses outside once again with the slider. That being Andrew Kane. Kane once again throws. Big swing by Nate Munoz. It's his third strikeout of the game here, Drew.
It's just not been his game in any aspect, and you know, it happens. Games like this happen.
Up to bat now is Marcelo Arcos from the University of Laverne.
This is his first at bat today, yeah?
His first at bat. Arcos swings, hits it to the shortstop.
Took a weird hop.
Took a weird hop, but he gets thrown out by Hayden Schilling. Goes straight to Nick Pichoric, and like that, it's a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the 8th. 6-1 is the score. The Palm Springs Power lead. We'll be back. And we're back here with the bottom of the 8th inning. It was a 1-2-3 inning for the Palm Springs Power. Riverside Bulldogs down 6-1. And up to bat now is Hayden Schilling, who's batting a million is his average.
And he's a tough out tonight.
Yeah. Schilling. See my Kalu pitches inside. And it's going to be a ball. 1-0 count. See my Kalu pitching from the windup, the Taiwanese pastoral theology major at Bethesda University. Has some good movement on his balls. Good movement there, but it misses high for a ball.
Something
2-0.
Something interesting I've noticed about this stadium is they've got these front row seats that are like they're tables.
The VIP section, man.
And I wonder, you know, it's not.
That ball's chopped up to second base, and it'll be a routine ground ball given to Pearson Loska. First out of the inning.
It's not an expensive game to come to anyways. I wonder how much extra it costs to get the VIP front row right behind home plate seats.
I mean, they have a nice little atmosphere here. There was a barbecue earlier, and we were actually offered some food, and we turned it down. And now, in hindsight, I'm kind of looking back at that and thinking that was actually a mistake here.
I thought we'd have another opportunity,
yeah.
And it never came.
The opportunity's gone. Up to bat now is Cody Ducote, the designated hitter.
There was an inflatable down the left field line for kids to play around in.
Yeah, nice bounce house. Nice atmosphere here. And I'm really surprised, we talked about it off air, why they don't have a minor league team. Palm Springs is a well-known city, and you'd think they'd have a minor league team.
The Angels.
See my Kalu pitches fouled off from Cody Ducote.
Angels used to spring train out here. I'm not sure exactly what area of the city they did that in, but
they actually did it here, and they did it for a long time.
At this stadium?
Yes, and this stadium's been renovated multiple times, but now,
so it
for the Palm Springs Power.
It can hold some baseball, so I don't see why.
Ducote Pops it up, and it's going to go behind home plate. A fan is going to get a souvenir, and it thuds off of the steel plates, and it's where no fans are actually, and there's one little kid in green shorts with a green hat scrambling for that ball, and is he going to get it? It's going to go below him, and he does not get the ball. Another kid gets the ball there. Wow, that was amazing. In a Spider-Man outfit shirt.
We're going to assume he's a Chase
robbed
Sccbl
the
fan.
kid in the lime green shorts for that one. He came all the way over from left field to get that ball. Good hustle, kid, and congratulations. You have a souvenir from this game.
And I think the Spider-Man shirt is an homage to Chase Sccbl.
It is. Yeah, the kid in the green shorts thought he had it. He totally thought. He strolled over there, and that ball went under a few bleachers, and before you know it, it was in the Spider-Man shirt's hand. Back to the game. It's a 2-2 count here for Sccbl as he pitches a wild pitch to make it a full count. Chase Sccbl's had his work cut out for him with a lot of balls, a lot of wild pitches today that have been tough to deal with, as Hayden Schilling is, Cody Ducote up to bat. Sccbl misses again, and that's going to be a walk as Cody Ducote gets all his batting gear off, takes his gloves off. Going to stroll over to first base. And this game brought to you by 2 Chainz, as you can hear. I think this is 2 Chainz. I don't know my hip-hop like most people, but yes, this is 2 Chainz. I
cannot
believe
verify.
it is 2 Chainz. You can either confirm nor deny that that is 2 Chainz. Bottom of the 8th inning, 1 out here, 6-1 game. Palm Springs Power lead. Up to bat here is Jason Knoll.
Jason Knoll hasn't done too much today, but he's got that presence in the batter's box. He's a lefty. He just has the nice swing. It looks like at any moment he could just, knock one out of here. And the wind has died down significantly. The flag is just falling flat.
We've been using that as a barometer all day to measure the wind, and it's dead still here. You get in the desert and you get these gusts that come through. I mean, I've driven through Palm Springs before over to Indio, and my car's almost blown over.
Yeah,
so
it's why they have all the windmills out here, because
the Palm Springs Power, they get their name for a reason. Sccbl throws a ball high and wide. 2-2 is the count here. 6-1. Game really got out of hand for the Riverside Bulldogs in the 7th inning. Runner on first base, that being Cody Ducote. And ball misses low, and once again, a running theme. Missed pitches have penalized the Riverside Bulldogs, and Drew Sccblu's in danger here.
He is. He's one pitch away from either a good thing or a bad thing with a full count here.
Sccbl, ball is chopped up. Sccbl will collect it, give it to first base, and Jason Knoll has wheels. He almost got to first because of that sprint. Good running ability from him, but
he's very fast coming out of the left side batter's box, but that also was chopped so high in the air. That was above the net as far as height goes.
Cody Ducote advances to second on Jason Knoll's ground out. 6-1 game here.
And Tony
Bottom
Boeto.
of the 8th, Tony Boeto, who's been tough customer to deal with for the Bulldogs.
The bottom of the lineup has really been tough.
Where they've made their money. And that ball's chopped over to third base. Double play maybe. No, he elects to go, there's 2 outs, and he elects to go with the easy out there. That being Zach Bowman. Gets Tony Boeto to ground out. 6-1 is the score here. We are headed to the 9th and possibly final inning of play unless the Riverside Bulldogs get something going here, Drew.
Bulldogs got 3 outs to get 5 runs. We'll see if a rally can happen.
Crazier things have happened, but the Riverside Bulldogs have their work cut out for them. You won't want to miss the conclusion of this one. Stay tuned for the 9th and final inning of play. back for the 9th and possibly final inning of play unless the Riverside Bulldogs miraculously get 5 runs. Gabe Gentner is in the game pitching to close this one out for the Palm Springs Power here. And Riverside Bulldogs are going to need a little bit of a mini miracle here.
Yeah, and this is the 4th pitcher we've seen in as many innings, and that just is a testament to what a big roster can do for you. I mean, the only reason Avina was staying in for the Bulldogs is because we don't have too many options.
And a good person to start out with for the Riverside Bulldogs, Zach Bowman, who has had 2 hits tonight. He's been one of the only effective weapons for this Riverside Bulldogs team, as the team has only scored 1 run so far. A game that Chris Joyce would have hoped had turned out better. Things have not gone the way of this Riverside Bulldog team.
It had a promising start, pitching-wise. Not too many runs for the Power, not what they're used to.
And there's a chopper given over to Zach Bowman. He's going to kind of just jog to first base as he knows he's out. Tyler Pritchard just giving it over to Nick Pichorik at first for the first out of the 9th inning. 2 outs to go. Number 24, Pearson Loska, the first baseman, done a good job over there at first, catching fly balls, grounders, and he'll need to show what he can do with his bat if this team is to get back in to the game and possibly come back. 6-1. Few people have left the game, and that ball's grounded over Pearson Loska over to third base, and it's thrown high, and it's going to be a bang-bang play at first, and Pearson Loska gets on because of the overthrow by the third baseman, number 4, Zach Buster. Way to hustle and get on base for Pearson Loska, right?
And the high throw took the first baseman, Pichorik, into the baseline a little bit, and there's a little bit of collision. I thought maybe one of them was going to stay down, but they both popped right back up and look like they're good to go. Loska takes his lead, so he's all right.
Up to bat now. They're going to need some superhero powers from Spider-Man Chase Sebi. You might have to save the team here with a runner on first and cut it into this lead, this 6-1 lead in the top of the 9th inning. Chase Sebi with a runner on first base. That being Pearson Loska, and he tries to run. He's out by a mile there.
It was a perfect throw.
It was a perfect throw. Excellent play by Tony Boeto as Pearson Loska, another one bites the dust, right?
Yeah, and it hit the glove of, I think it was Pritchard was covering. Hit his glove right where he needed to place the tag.
Yeah, just an excellent play. We've seen just wonderful fielding from Tyler Pritchard as he turned that double play earlier in the game to kill the momentum in the 6th inning. Just really nice play by this Palm Springs Power team, and you can tell that they have D1 players on their team.
And now the Bulldogs are down to their last strike.
And there's a big swing by Chase Sebi, strikes out, and that's the end of the game. It's a 6-1 game. The Riverside Bulldogs lose 6-1. As I said, the Palm Springs Power advanced to be they're undefeated on the season, whereas the Riverside Bulldogs are 1-4 for the game. Things did not work out the way the Riverside Bulldogs hoped for. The fielding was good up until the 7th inning, and the team kind of fell apart. And things have really did not turn in the favor of the Riverside Bulldogs.
Yeah, and for the Bulldogs, they fought hard, and they're just outmatched by a bigger numbers, just a bigger team overall.
The team has numbers. There's in the 30s for the Palm Springs Power, whereas the Riverside Bulldogs, you can see over there, there's just a small little contingency of 18 guys on the team. And maybe fatigue has played a factor so far for this Riverside Bulldog team as they fall to 1-4 on the season.
And they don't give up, though, and that's one thing I've liked out of this team. They fought till the last out, and we'll see if they can turn things around this season.
Yeah, it has been a laboring season so far for Chris Joyce and company. Things have not turned out the way they wanted it to, but the season is still young. They have another game against the Palm Springs Power, 7:05 tomorrow on Sunday. They can hopefully steal one of these games. They've lost the series between the Power and the Bulldogs, but they've got to keep their heads high. Chris Joyce will have to go back to the drawing board and find a formula that works. For Drew Knight, I'm Bradford Evans. It's been a beautiful night in Palm Springs. Have a great night, and we are out.